Hey everybody, it's Rara and welcome to the next episode of Satisfactory. In the last one, I took you on a bit of a tour of my main save factory, as well as we expanded the power to be double our current amount, so we went from 600 to 1200. Yay! But I was thinking a little bit about the progression of the game, and I thought to myself, I don't know if we're gonna have enough power to expand the base right now with expanding our current setups. So if we redid all these to use Mark II miners and, 2 or 3 belts, and we just made a lot more plates, it's like, we don't need more plates right now. We only have 1200 power to work with, and I don't want to expand this by too much more with coal generators. And I think my current plan here, actually, is to try and unlock the fuel generators here in Logistics Mark IV. Just like how we made the jump from biofuel power to coal power, I would like to go from coal to fuel. And in order to get here, we need to get rubber and computers. We've already got the encased industrial beam, so that won't be too bad. But we also need HMFs. I think we could feasibly get like a temporary computer setup going just to make us the 100 computers we need for this, as well as maybe a few more. But we are going to start off by getting rubber and plastic automated and the oil processing part of the thing. Or, no, okay, I guess we're going to start off by automating motors. Yeah, tiers 5 and 6 are telling us like, hey man, you haven't automated motors yet and you want to do that. You want to automate motors, so let's do that. Today we're automating motors, yay! But how do we automate motors? Well, I'll tell you, it's probably in the assembler. Yep. Alright, so what's the recipe? Rotors and stators at a rate of 10 per minute to get 5 a minute. So, you get half of what you input, really. But we do need these, and fortunately, we already have builds for rotors and stators. And our stator build over here has given us, what is that, almost 1600 stators, so we do have definitely some to burn through. We don't exactly need that many motors, so we could use a lot of these to set up a new motor factory. But where are we gonna do it? Well, stators are being stored right here. And where are the rotors being stored? That's what I want to know right now. Oh, right, the rotors are over here, my bad. Sorry, genuine confusion at this point. Well, shit. We got stators there, rotors here. How are we gonna combine the two? Rotors here. How are we gonna combine the two? Also, what is this doing here? Never deleted that, whoopsie. The thing is that we might want to get a bit of these, like, temporary, long-distance, kind of spaghetti-ish factory setup for the meantime. Because the next time that I expand the factory is when we'll have fuel power, and in order to get there, we're going to be setting up a few, like, advanced, things. Like one for computers, maybe one for HMFs. I don't think we'll have to do that for all of them, because we can't make computers by hand, but you can build heavy modular frames by hand. So we'll see what we're going to do about that. We only need 50 to unlock Logistics Mark IV, so we would just keep that in mind. Well, I'm just going to pull from this box here. And maybe we can, like, bring this back down into the factory or something like that. Oh, actually, you know what? Here, what I think we'll do instead is we'll put another storage bin like this. And then we'll use a Mark I lift to go up into there. And then we'll pull out the rotors from this direction. Because if we do that, then we can just pull them out from here and make a straight shot down there to the stators and set up like a little thing. It'll be neat, you'll see. Okay, we're gonna place a few of these stackable conveyor poles and then Mark I belt right to it like that. Easy peasy. And then, if I have spaced this out properly, we will set up a few more poles over here. I might not have spaced this out properly. I want them to go over here. So, maybe I have to... Well, I think I have to, let me see. Maybe here? Let me see. I'm testing this. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I wanted. Alright. So let me get rid of this. Delete that. There we go. Oh, look at the rotors. And then we'll take them down there. Alright, and then we just gotta connect these to over there. First off, let's just like put the assembler, I guess we'll just line it up this way and then we'll wrap the stators around, kind of like how we did for the other temporary build. So we'll set this to motors. And we're trying to get 10 per minute of each, and I think we can support that, maybe. Probably not. We should probably underclock this to maybe 3 per minute, so it's only requiring 6 of each, so that we can have it running for a lot longer. I think that'd be smart. This pole is using 2 connections, and now 3. Oh, but that's awkward because of the thing. I mean, we don't theoretically need this one, especially since we have that one right there. I'm not going for, like, hyper-realism with this, so I guess it's fine if we don't have stackable conveyor poles at every single point. Yeah, that looks fine. I mean, it doesn't look great how they're, like, crisscrossing over each other, but it could be worse, right? Okay, and then with the... Ooh, how are we gonna do this? First off, we're gonna set up the box to be lined up, like that. We'll do a Mark 1 belt in. Very simple. Now, my idea here is we pull from the stator box this way. We wrap around this box, right? Wrap around. And we insert into the first hole here. Then that new line can just, like, nicely hug around it and go into the second hole. I feel like that'll be the cleanest way that we can possibly do this in the jankiest way possible. So, let's just take this plan, put it into action. So we want to do something like this. Boop. Boop. Oh, you know, actually, hold on. We can do better. We can plan for the next turn even and go a couple things in. And get it right on the thing. Oh, actually, you know what? It was good the first time because the other one needs space too. Yeah, so we're gonna put it right on the line there. And, just gonna nicely follow the shape of the machine. Would it be good if we stopped right here? What if I kept stopping right there? Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, now the stators will flow in at a pretty good, like, U shape. Perfectly 90 degrees. And now we just gotta bring the rotors over here. So we'll just set up some of these. We can just do, like, one. Here, why don't we get it so that it's, like, lined up with this? Like that. That looks fine, right? That looks fine, right? I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be like the setup that we use for motors for like some time, and I know a lot of people are going to be heavily awaiting the big episode where we finally rebuild everything using the fuel power, but I really do want to get the fuel generators first so that I can truly expand in the ways that I want without wasting coal, and maybe we'll get some more alternate recipes, and you know, like, I've got plans machinating. I've got irons in the fire. I've got things in the oven, okay? So just, like, bear with this for now. I promise it will get better. But right here, I think we can take it down with using a Mark 1 conveyor belt, and oh, that is a bit awkward. Okay, I guess what this shows is that we should have just done a Mark 2, or 2 conveyor belts. 2 conveyor stacked thingies, you know what I mean. And then done it like this. And then from here, we can now use a Mark 1 lift going down. But then I'll delete that again, and then reattach it into the thing properly. Nice. And then from here, we just swoop it on in. We just swoopy doopy on in. I think that'll be good, probably. And like that. There we go. Yay! So now we've got the motors running and being stored. That's fun. It's slightly convoluted and not the prettiest looking build ever, but it's only temporary. TM. For now. Also, have the rotors always look like this? I don't think they do. These aren't rotors. I mean, just... hold on. Just look at their thing. They look different than this, didn't they? Bro, they updated the model for rotors 100%. They did not used to look like this. Satisfactory is gaslighting me. But anyways, yep, now we got motors running, so that's cool. And now that we've done that, that's the end of this episode, so... yeah, okay, no, not really. This would be a pretty short one if that were the case, but I don't know what else to do now. I'm gonna go figure that out. You know, we completed a thing, but it wasn't very hard to do this, so the episode doesn't have a lot of content. So how do I pack more content in here? I don't know. Have I said hello to Lil R yet? Nope. Oh, useful stuff. Yay! Somebody's getting the good kibble tonight. Alright, I guess I'll just wait until we have 50 motors done and complete oil processing, because that will be pretty fun, right? Interacting with all this new stuff? Yeah. Oh, you know what I just realized we could do while we're waiting for all those motors to be made is that we now have stators in our inventory and some mycelia left over, so we can go into the mycelia tree and unlock this thing in medical properties. Yay! Oh, more ways to make inhalers. We might as well unlock these, so I guess I will do that. Lickety split. We're gonna need a bacon, an animal protein, and 5 berries. I think we have that on hand. Oh yeah, we can pay for that. 5 berries. A singular bacon. And we need 1 animal protein, so we'll just take like the stinger corpse and just convert it really quick. Okay. Let's go unlock us some more ways to make nutritional inhalers, I suppose. The therapeutic inhaler. And the vitamin inhaler. Well, now I gotta know. What are those recipes like? We got the therapeutic and vitamin. So protein is 10 nuts and an alien protein. Not bad, not bad. Nutritional is 5 nuts, 2 berries, and an agaric. A little worse, in my opinion. Vitamin is 10 mycelia and 5 berries. That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite for sure. And therapeutic is 15 mycelia, 1 alien protein, and 1 bacon. Oh. I don't like those. I don't like those at all. I think the best one is just protein, or it's just a protein and some nuts. I mean, you don't gotta waste any bacon or berries or mycelia, you just kill some animals and it's 1 per and nuts are plentiful. Like, I feel like that's pretty easy to make. Probably won't be using those, but let's see if we can't maybe finish out this tree sometime soon. If I just had some more mycelia, I could get this. But we're going to need whatever those blue things are to get the synthetic polyester fabric recipe. I think for now I'll just craft 160 rebar so I can unlock both the stun rebar and the shatter rebar, things I won't use but will help me complete this tree. And to do that, I'll just be making rebar because it's just iron rods, so I'll be seeing you in a sec. Okay, 160 rebar. Let's just unlock the things that we're probably not going to use. I'll probably demonstrate these at some point in the Let's Play, but just keep in mind, I obviously just don't prioritize rebar very much, and neither should you. Because there are much better weapons, like, I don't know, the TNT that we already have. The TNT, the Xenobasher, and a lot of applications, because you don't even have to aim it, you just get close and whack them. Oh, and I don't know, like, the better gun that we have yet to unlock, but is just an upgrade in, like, every way to the rebar gun. Alright, that's about all the MAM content we can do for now. We're slowly but steadily making our way through most of the trees, about half of the sulfur left, a few nodes left in quartz, a bit of Caterium, and we're so close on mycelia. You know what, for this video's purposes, I think we're going to increase this to 5 per minute, at least for like an hour maybe. Yeah, we'll probably end up burning through a lot of our rotors and stators, but this is taking too long. Alright, that was our 50th one. Actually, that one will be 51st. We don't want that one. That one's the leftover. Anyways, let's go and unlock the oil processing finally. Hey, Lolar, you got anything for me? Oh. Just once on footage, I would like you to just blow my socks off, man. Where's that purple power slug? Anyway, let's throw in the thing. Hit the button. Unlock the dudes. Hi, Ada.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
She never says hi back. But yeah, anyways, all she really said there was like, don't die, and also you unlocked oil stuff, you buffoon. Now figure out how to use it. And it's not the greatest explanation in the world, but we now have access to a valve. Wait, did we not have access to this before? I could have sworn we unlocked this with, like, water stuff. No, I guess we get the valve here. Weird. Well, valves are cool, and I would like to use one if I can. Oh, I need some rubber. But how a valve works is that you put it on a pipeline, right? And it looks like this, and it just, like, hugs the pipe. And it reads the current rate of liquid going through the pipe, and you can actually set a limiter on that. So if you want a specific amount in this pipe to go to a thing, you can set it to like, oh, I only want 60 M3s of water to go into this pipe. So then you set the valve to 60, and then it works most of the time. These things can be pretty finicky. Sometimes you gotta tweak it to be like exact decimals of percentages for your build to work out properly, but for the most part, this should enable you to be a bit more creative with your pipe builds, so they're very nice to have. We also unlocked plastic, rubber, fuel, petroleum coke, and circuit boards, all new products for us to build and make, and so much work for us to deal with. As well as the ability to scan for oil now. Yes, we can find crude oil nodes. And I guess we got new shop products. I really wish they told you what you got. I know they'd have to add more things to the list here, but if it was only one, they could have just specified what you unlocked here. But I guess this is just like an easier catch-all that means they do a little bit less work. And, more importantly, we've now unlocked the refinery building and the oil extractor. Now the oil extractors, you're not going to be using too many of them. Obviously, you only need them when you're going to go to an oil node, and so you can extract the oil. And it's alright looking, it's a decent building. Not one of my favorites, because there's so many cool ones, but, you know, you just place this down and you get the oil. Can't really complain. But the refinery is a building that you will be building a lot of, and I have very mixed opinions about the refinery. On one hand, I mean, it's cool. It's a pretty neat building. I definitely like the design, and you use it a lot. But the downside of that is you use it a lot. And as you can see, it's way fucking tall. Like, this dwarfs assemblers and smelters and constructors. I can't even fit it all on the first floor. I didn't even, it's just not hitting me. I didn't even accommodate for the height of these fuckers. Yeah, these are absolutely insane. They are way too big, and honestly, if they were about half as big, that'd be perfect. And, you know, if they were just as tall as like that light, that'd be fine. It still wouldn't be great. But it's just the fact they have that really freaking tall chute thing that just, they're so big. They're so big. I'm gonna get some more motors so we can actually like place one. You can really see these things in the world. Can't place an oil extractor unless you're on an oil node, so it's a little unfortunate. But yeah, this is a refinery. Oh wait, no, it doesn't have hard collision? You can just go right through the thing? Oh, that's fun. Oh, you can just go right to the floor with these things. Look how big it is. We're gonna get down to the floor just for proper scale. Maybe I shouldn't have put it through the building for proper scale. Alright, let's just throw one down here out in the wild. Out in the free space. Yeah. But anyways, onto actually what refineries do. It says, refines fluid and or solid parts into other parts. Head lift 10 meters. And it allows fluids to be transported 10 meters upward. Oh, I never knew that! I didn't realize that pipes connected to this could actually be uplifted 10... Oh, so these work as like half of a Mark 1 pump. Yeah, since the Mark 1 pumps do 20 meters of head lift, if you do a Mark 1 pump into a thing, that's effectively 30 meters of head lift. Okay. I don't know if this is a new mechanic, or if just somehow after all these years I never read that part about it, or if it was just added somewhere along the way and I missed it, but that's pretty neat. It contains both a conveyor belt and a pipe input and output to allow for the automation of various recipes. So yeah, we got pipe output and conveyor belt output, and then the same thing but for the back, for the input. If we climb on top of it with this long ladder, you can see that it's a big boy, alright. And you can even go up here, and even on top of this, and you can feel like the king of the world way at the top. This is effectively like an even taller lookout tower, isn't it? And if we place a lookout tower down, oh, the height of the refinery, it's actually taller than the lookout tower. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, the platform part. You can technically get on top of the thing. Yeah, if we do a little jump from here to there. Okay, so this is still taller, but if you could somehow get on top of that, oh. So yeah, honestly, why even use a lookout tower when you can just build a refinery and stand on top of it? I mean, it's the same diff, they both got a ladder, right? But anyways, what can we do with refineries, just right off the bat? Oh boy, a few things. As you can see, we also have our pure iron ingot recipe here, and I'm just gonna say this. You use refineries for pretty much everything. As you probably saw in the last episode in my main save factory, I use refineries absolutely everywhere. I have hundreds of them in the factory probably. And the thing is that when these things are your go-to source to make, you know, pretty much every kind of ingot in the game, you're gonna want a lot of them. And when they're also the primary way that you make plastic, rubber, petroleum coke, and fuel, all, you know, fairly important things. I mean, okay, maybe not so much petroleum coke, but even then it has its uses. Like, fuel is hella important, and plastic and rubber, same thing, so, yeah. And I just realized now we can actually utilize the pure iron ingot recipe if you wanted to, and let's see here. So it's 35 iron ore and 20 water a minute, and remember, water is basically infinite, so that this is just like 0. Don't even count this, really. And then you get 65 ingots. So you get 35 iron ore input for 65 output. That's almost twice as many. That's like 1.85 as much, 1.9 times as many materials as you put in. Absolutely wild. You're basically getting free ingots for nothing, just like adding some water. So this is a completely goated recipe. Same thing with the pure, you know, copper and all the other pure ones. I love pure recipes. It's just add water, get more. Add an infinite resource to get more of a limited resource. It's just so nice. But we're not going to be using that for this purpose just yet. We want plastic and rubber in order to advance the game for now, so we're going to see how to make these. Well, the base plastic and rubber recipes are the first ones to actually introduce byproducts, things that I have mentioned before. But how it works is this. So let's take the plastic recipe, for example. We put in 30 crude oil, which is just, you know, regular oil from an oil extractor. And then we'll get 20 plastic a minute. But also, we're going to have to deal with the fact that we're going to be getting 10 heavy oil residues cubed a minute. And I think you understand the basic concept of what a byproduct is and how it functions in the game. But heavy oil residue, it's in the name. It's just a residue. You don't want this in your factory. It just complicates things because all we really wanted was the plastic. But now we have to find a way to get this out of the system in order to not clog the machine, so that we can keep making plastic. Well, if you think that dealing with the heavy oil residue byproduct is not something you want to do for very long, the residual plastic and rubber recipes actually run off of the byproduct of fuel, which is polymer resin. So that once you get fuel going into your fuel things, you can take this byproduct and actually create polymer resin using water. Plastic. You can make plastic using polymer resin and water. And same thing, but, you know, for rubber. So as you can see, this whole system can be a bit complicated, especially when you don't have any alternate recipes unlocked, because this isn't a great way to deal with heavy oil residue and polymer resin in the early game. What you can do here is just dump the polymer resin, because it's only 30 a minute. You can just dump this away into an awesome sink, and that's not so bad. But then what do you do for the heavy oil residue? Well, you probably could have guessed this, but residual fuel is made using heavy oil residue, so you can get it out of the system by making a little bit leftover fuel. But then you're probably thinking, well then what happens if you back up on fuel? What happens if you have too much fuel and you can't get rid of the heavy oil residue? And yes, you're starting to see how this is becoming an issue. You're starting to learn, aren't you, little pioneer? Honestly, this is where a lot of people get frustrated and or just quit the game outright because they think that dealing with the byproducts is too difficult. And I will say, it's definitely a learning curve. Once all your things start to clog and you don't know why, then you go back into each of your things, you figure it out. I mean, if you just read and you plan ahead, it's not so bad. You know, if we take the heavy oil residue here, we use it for, I guess the only thing we can do is make residual fuel, and then we store the residual fuel in like a bunch of big storage fluid buffers, but I mean, even that isn't a permanent solution. Because the thing is that when you have a fluid buffer, right? Each one of these can hold 400 m³ of fluid, and we don't have the big ones yet, which can hold a lot more. These things are kind of tiny by comparison. But yeah, once these things are full, then you're fucked, right? Because then this is full, and then the heavy oil residue is full, and then the other things are full, and this is full too. But you can actually flush these just like pipes. So the only real way to get this to be like a semi-permanent setup, at least now in like the mid-game, right, is to do the setup, do your fuel, your plastic, and your rubber. You get the byproducts from all three. You cycle them into each other to make the residual stuff. I mean, you don't have to make the residual stuff, but you can with the polymer resin and all that. For now, I think we're just going to dump the polymer resin, but for the heavy oil residue, that's the bigger issue, because we don't, you know, it's not such a thing that we can dump into an awesome sink. There's no such thing as like a liquid awesome sink. If there was one, that would solve so many of the late game issues. Just so many. But problem solving is half the fun and it's part of the game. So really, the only way to do this is heavy oil residue goes into residual fuel. We just store the fuel into liquid buffers, and then we flush it. You can just use the residual fuel and try to eke out the perfect amount. But since you're really only putting in like the leftover heavy oil residue from this, there's no guarantee that you'll have enough per minute to get 40 per minute since we need 60. As you can see here, the base recipe for crude oil gives off 20 a minute, and the base recipe for plastic gives off 10 a minute. So you would need to either have like 6 things of plastic going, or 3 things of rubber, or a combination of the two to actually get this going at 100%. And you can underclock it and get all fancy with it. I don't know. I think it's just easier to kind of like set up a somewhat big storage buffer and then just flush the whole system when you're done. If you just flush the full pipe network of all of them, then it's not so bad since it'll only like stop right here where you're producing like the leftover fuel. I don't know. I've just outlined a few of the issues, a few of the solutions. You're free to do what you want and get creative with it, but just know that this isn't an issue that you're going to have for too long, as there will be much better ways to dispose of these things in the future and better recipes to use. So just hold on for now, young pioneer. Hold on and push through. And with all of that out of the way, you might be wondering what we're going to do next, and that is a wonderful question. I guess we're just going to find some crude oil and plop down an oil extractor somewhere. Can we even build one? Oh, we can. Nice. Where is... Oh, the nearest oil is kind of far, though. Dang, that's a little rough. Alright, let's go find it. Hey, we're kind of going on a journey again. Y'all excited? You know, excited to go explore the world a little bit more? I know I am. Ha ha ha. We're gonna put a little pin down here. We haven't really used like the map feature very much, but I would like to try. And we'll just mark this, and we'll select the visual for, we'll just put down like a little liquid. It doesn't need to be too complex. And we'll make it black to denote that it's oil. We're gonna call this oil. Yay! Marker size on the map, we'll make it regular, and view distance on the compass infinite. There we go. So now we'll be able to see it no matter where we are in the world. We just gotta head over to oil. It's just ominously, in that direction. But yeah, off we go. We're gonna equip our healing item, our freaking barrel nuts. We're going to slap a bean boy, and off we go. Now this area right here, this is a lot closer to where we were when we started the game. This is when I was still just trying to find. I think I was adjusting FPS settings, like right at this river. Oh, a big spitter boy. Let's kill it. No, ow! Don't do that. That's mean. Oh, that wasn't very hard. Freaking plasma spitter piece of shit trying to step to me. Oh, there's a Mercer sphere up there. I don't want it though. I'm just gonna keep heading over towards the oil. Oh, it's actually not that far? I feel like we're getting kind of close to it already. Where is that oil? I want the oil. Yeah, we're already pretty close to it. I guess 1,200 meters isn't as far as I thought it was. I think it seems far because we've been journeying like over a mountain and back, and that's like padding out the 1,200 meters. But really, the distance isn't that far, especially when you have Blade Runners. And oh, is it just like on here, this little like island? Well, there's some SAM ore. I guess we'll collect it? I mean, no reason not to, I suppose. So we're here at my oil marker. Let me just scan one more time. Oh, nice. It's all around us. Oh, spitters! Whoa! Whoa! These ones look cool. They got like little tassels on them. Okay, thank yous for the remains. Thank you. Oh, I think all of its tendrils fell off. I don't think this is supposed to be like that. So it's just a normal spitter colored different with these tendrils added onto it, clearly. And sometimes they don't load properly, or they don't deload, I guess, properly. Where is that other oil node? There's one right here. This is a normal node. We don't want guys that are normal. Oh, it's a big boy. Oh, it's a huge boy. Oh, dang, he got messed up. This Xenobacter just really is strong. Strong as hell. Another normal crude oil node. I don't know if there are better nodes. Oh, one of these, okay. Dang, 3 hits. 3 hits with the basher. And I'm pretty sure we can hit like an unlimited amount of the fly guys with these, so that's pretty cool. Where's that last node at? Oh, it's off over there, okay. Yeah, where there's more enemies, yay! I think we got it before it could even spawn the fly dudes. Yeah, there you go, if you time it well enough and you're fast enough, I mean. Dang, he didn't even, oh, that's a rip. Hey, a pure node! Well, I think I know which oil node we're using, the pure one. They're all relatively close to each other, so we might as well. Oh, and let's just get rid of this, because this is gonna bother me until we do. Nice. There's so many spitters around here, too. But anyways, now that we're here, let's just plop down the oil extractor, facing this way, because we want to take it home. Oh, wait. I didn't power line my way here. Frick frack paddywhack. Well, that's an oil extractor. You can't get any oil by hand, and this is the only interaction. Well, regular oil extractors can get 240 crude oil per minute, so that's pretty nice. And we don't have to worry about this backing up since it's the earliest part in the thing. And so we don't have to underclock or overclock this for now. And I think 240 will be good, we'll see. It costs 40 megawatts of power to use this, so thank God we expanded when we did. And I think I'm just gonna, like, send this... Oh, we have to pipe this back to base too. This isn't gonna be pretty. This is not going to be pretty. And keep in mind that oil is just like water, where if you bring it down, you're also gonna have to bring it back up. But that means you're also gonna have to start using the pipes, or I mean the pumps. You're gonna have to pump the oil. And like I said, there's like a visual indicator for how far the oil will pump and give like a head lift boost to. So you wanna use this as like a little indicator, like a little ghost. Oh. You know, I thought this would end at, like, 20 meters. I don't know if that is 20 meters or not, but I just realized it won't end until we ascend 20 meters, until the pipe is actually going up. And then it's like, oh wait, we can't go any higher. So if you're ever wondering how far the pipeline will push it upwards, you just use the little ghost here, and then you can get like an accurate display of how far it'll go. But yeah, I don't even know if we have enough to bring these all the way back to base. I'm just gonna do the best that I can and, like, I guess kill enemies along the way. While also providing power, yay! Three hits per thing, okay. Oh, got him on the knockback, okay. Oh, another one, fun. Oh, you're a big boy too. Ow. Don't do that to me. Thank you for dying. We have a lot of these now. Oh boy, we're going uphill. I have no idea if this is gonna be able to flow properly, so I think from like right here, we're going to want to set up a pump, or maybe as far back as here. That'll probably be better. Okay, not what I wanted to happen. But we'll just connect that to the pole like that, and do keep in mind that these will use up a little bit of power, 4 megawatts per. So they're not exactly free, but you should never be thinking like, oh god, if I keep using pipelines, I'm gonna run out of power. Unless you legitimately are going to, and you know what, you're annoying me, so we'll collect you. There we go. One more Mercer Sphere for our collection. And this is easily not 20 meters, so our pump should have no problem getting the oil over and back down. Oh wait, is this going down? Oh boy. Oh man, we gotta use another head lift probably. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'll do this. Oh, let me build. Let me build this back up. Yeah, like that. I mean, like, just in case, we probably should put another one down here, right? Yeah, I will. If I can build, please, I need a good building spot. Okay, we'll put a pump like right here where it starts to dip so that I can get it on the rise. And remember to connect this to power too, which I will also do the moment I can. Boop, there we go. Oh, finally, land. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go back and get this all connected to power first, and then I'll drag the pipe along after. It's a little annoying having to do like 2 trips, but I think I'll be fine. And that's power. Yay! So now the oil extractor is now starting up like a mile away. That's fun. Love that for it. And you know what I just realized? I just realized that the pipes can hold 300 of a fluid per minute, so I don't know. I mean, I don't wanna use another pipe. I don't wanna drag another pipe across the whole freaking world. So my thought here is I'm just gonna go and put in a power shard into the oil extractor, bump it up to 300 oil a minute, and then I think we're gonna call it there for the episode. This episode's getting pretty long. Well, we'll drag the rest of the pipe back and deal with it at the beginning of the next episode. And then we'll start dealing with oil and fuel-based stuff. Yay! But yeah, let's just throw this bad boy in there. And while we could do 360 a minute, I don't like what that's doing with our power. So let's just not do that. And ooh, that's still kind of rough. Because even going from 240 to 300, that's an increase of like 13. I mean, it's not that bad for the gains, you know, to make it so that we don't have to do as many trips and we can just get 300 in one pipe. I feel like that's not that bad. So the pipe is it's starting down, which isn't so bad. And this first pipe isn't full because it's like sending the liquid through every pipe first. And then once it's all backed up, then the first ones start to fill up later. And on your pump here, it displays your current head lift. So it's only required to do 5.5 meters. And you can only go up to 20. It says recommended max, but it really is like kind of like a hard limit for the most part. I don't know the exact mechanics of it, but generally I try to keep it at 19 meters or less. And as we can see, the pipe is flowing steadily all the way up the hill, because it's only a 5 meter head lift and it's not that bad. I don't know why oil is so rough on the pipe, so you can really hear it like hitting the metal right there. This one's actually getting a head lift of 10.2, which, yeah, it makes sense. It's definitely a lot longer, and it goes up a lot higher. These pipes actually have a ton of oil in them already. Even the ones that are like at the end of the whole thing over here. Oh, and that's a bit of a visual bug, isn't it? Oh wait, what? Why is it only showing the oil on the bottom side of the thing? I think that is a visual bug. It should be showing it on the top. It's like, kind of showing it on this side. Right, yeah, it just, oh, that's weird. That's a little weird. Yeah, so it hasn't been that long and the oil has already reached the end of the pipe. There was one segment that looked like it wasn't getting a lot of oil, and I'm hoping though it's just it waiting to back up, and I'm gonna go and make sure the oil is good before we end off the episode. Oh, that's happening over here on this part of the pipe too. Weird. Weird. Because it's not happening with every segment. This is what it's supposed to look like. I mean, you've seen how the water works, but, you know, this one's black because, you know, the oil. And, yeah, no, every pipe is full now, so the whole system works, and we're living it up, but this one actually reached a max head lift of 6.6. So yeah, it did need a little bit more. Had to chug on a little further. That's why some of the pipes in the middle weren't getting enough. But eventually, everything clogged up and it fixed all the issues, and this is going to work for us, so we can bring this home now. So what's the lesson of the episode? It's don't let your max head lift of your pumps reach over 20, and, you know, kind of baby your pipes a little, make sure they're ready to go. Always keep track of how the liquid is flowing, going up and down hills and stuff, and you should be fine. Pipes really aren't that bad to deal with, and I'll show you about how we're going to be dealing with the oil stuff we're going to be making in the next episode, and, you know, how we're going to be solving our byproduct issues then. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I've been Rara. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Satisfactory, and bye everybody.